Hey, and welcome to this tour of our small-scale microgreens farm. So we normally grow mushrooms, and recently we got super interested in looking at other high-value crops, and one that really piqued our interest, one that really stood out, that was microgreens. Microgreens can fetch a really high price of up to $50 per pound, and you don't need a lot of space to grow them. On top of that, they're also really high in demand because they're really nutritious, they're packed full of flavour, and we had that confirmed recently when we spoke to some of the chefs that we normally supply our mushrooms to. They were just ready to snap up these things. So we've been growing them here, having a lot of fun. Now, the other thing that I wanted to point out about microgreens is that they're ideal for small-scale food growing and also for urban farmers. And the reason is quite simple. They don't have an enormous shelf life, and they don't travel all that well, and that means you've got an advantage over food that's grown miles and miles and miles away. So what you see behind us is the setup we've put in place only a few weeks ago, and I've been loving it since day one. You can see there's 3 varieties on the go, so we've got sunflowers, we've got peas, and we've got mustard, but you can grow a ton of other green vegetables in the microgreens way. It's super simple, not much space, about 1 meter squared all told, and then you can see there's some lights that we use and some fans, and there's some trays that we use for the growing, and we chose to grow them on compost. So how do we get to these lovely looking microgreens? Let's have a look at the process.
So the process begins for most varieties by soaking the seeds, and after that they get drained and sowed into the trays of compost. Then they get stacked on top of each other for the germination phase. Now during this period we also stack them down on top with a weight, and this just creates the right environment for the seeds to germinate and begin to grow, which happens really fast. And you see after between 2 and 4 days, you open them up and you'll see the magic beginning to occur. You'll see the seeds starting to sprout. So you can see here that we've got the peas starting to sprout, down here the sunflowers, which look quite different, and over here we've got the mustard seeds, which are really going for really fast growth. And they all look slightly different, but when you first put them under the lights, they don't really look very green, but within just a few hours of being under the lights, they really start to take on that green colour as they receive energy from the light above. And this is where the magic really starts to happen, because from this stage to fully harvested is only around 5 to 7 days. They grow super quick. It's fascinating to watch them grow in this time. Almost every few hours you'll notice they've got a little bit bigger. And during that time we've got the fan running just to create a nice bit of airflow in here. We're watering every day, and the process really is magnificent because at this point, just 7 days later, they're then ready to harvest. So this is the most exciting point now. The plants are fully grown and it's harvest time. And you can see they all look a little bit different at this stage. We've got the pea shoots over here standing nice and tall. We've got the sunflower seeds here, and down here we've got the mustard. And really the process to harvest them is quite easy. We're just going to take the trays and cut off the top of the shoots into the tray here. So I'll show you what that looks like. With the sunflowers, we first of all just get rid of some of the husks from off the top. And then we just take a sharp knife and harvest them off into the tray. So there you can see the lovely fresh greens. They smell beautiful, and the it tastes lovely and nutty, fresh and crunchy taste. This is actually my daughter's favourite one, the sunflower seeds. She munched through a whole bowl of them the other day when I brought them home. They all taste slightly different though, which is why it's nice to grow a few different varieties together and mix them up. So I'm going to go ahead and finish harvesting the rest of these for this week's harvest. They're going to get washed, then packed and shipped off to the chefs at the restaurants. So there we have it, a beautiful full box full of microgreens. If you want to learn more about growing microgreens or mushrooms, then subscribe to the channel. Thanks a lot for watching. I'll see you sometime soon.